It's Sunday evening, fellow Schneider drivers. Friendly Bill coming at you. It is Sunday evening, and I am in the lovely city of Los Angeles. Oh boy, it's lovely. The pollution and the crime and the traffic. Oh, it's wonderful. So I am delivering a load to western Los Angeles, and I'm on the eastern side. I stopped for my 30-minute break because I know how Los Angeles is, and I have 150 miles to go to get to my destination. However, I only have about 4 hours left on my clock until I take my 30-minute break, and then I'll have about 6 hours. So if you've ever driven through Los Angeles, you will know that it can get redonkulous. So what is 150 miles? A good estimation is 3 hours. But the reality is it may take you 6 hours. So driving through Los Angeles, not my favorite, but there's a ton of freight down here. They can't get enough of it. I don't know how many millions of tons a day that they go through, flush down their toilets, stock on their shelves, who knows. But Los Angeles is where I'm at. It's pretty warm down here. It's about 85 degrees. Actually, my temperature gauge now says it's 100 degrees. I don't believe that. I don't think it's 100 degrees. I think it's about 85 degrees. So, this video, this topic today, yeah, I'm in Los Angeles. I was in Montana less than a week ago. It was 19 degrees. I had to chain up. There was snow. And now I'm in Los Angeles. I came from Phoenix. I drove through the desert. Big temperature change. So I'm prepared for summer and I'm prepared for winter. I got t-shirts and shorts, and I also have winter coats and winter pants and all that stuff. So I'm prepared. This video real quick is going to be about for Schneider drivers in the West, VPI Quality Windows Incorporated, located in Spokane, Washington. I picked up a load for them. It was manufactured windows. They make the windows right there in Spokane. I walked in the factory. They had about 100 guys and gals working, making these windows. There's an engineering department. They do the whole spectrum. I think they do everything except melt the sand for the glass itself. They do everything else. They design the windows. They manufacture the windows. They put them together. They ship them. They do all that stuff. So VPI Quality Windows Incorporated, I picked it up in Spokane, and it delivered to a job site. And this job site was for Arcadia House, which is a construction company. They build houses. Arcadia House. And the issue here with this load was that it delivered to a job site. So here's what happened. I picked up the windows. I drove to Auburn, Washington to deliver the load to a job site. I pulled up, I had looked at it on the map and saw where it was. It was in a residential area, but I couldn't see the map wasn't updated, so it didn't show the exact job site. But I tried calling, they wouldn't answer. So I show up, and the job site is cluttered. They have fencing around it. They have forklifts and dumpsters and all kinds of stuff, giant piles of gravel. There was no way for me to pull into the job site. No way. It was physically impossible. I don't care how good of a truck driver you were, the truck wasn't going in there. So I stopped on the road. I put my hazards on. There was nowhere else for me to go. It was a 4-lane road. I took up 1 lane. There was nothing else I could do. So I put my hazards on and I went and talked to them. And they said, oh, well, you can just pull down this alley here. And I said, well, I'm going to have to go take a look. So I walked over there and I looked, and it was physically impossible. The truck, a 72-foot truck, could not go through this alley and get into the job site. So I came back and I said, so trucks have come down here? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I said, 72-foot truck come down here? And they're, oh, no, we've never had a truck this big at this job site before. So, okay, so now you have to work with them. You have to figure out, how are you going to get this unloaded? And the first thing he said is, well, I can't unload from the road. I won't do it, and I can't do it. So I had to get into the job site one way or another. So I said, well, okay, you're not going to You're not going to load it from the road, so the truck is going to have to get in here somehow. So how are we going to do it? So we started to move things at the job site, and I helped because, I'm there. This is, I'm there to help. I like to help. It gets me out of the truck, gets me a little exercise. So we moved fences, they moved a forklift, they moved a dumpster, they moved some trucks, they moved all this stuff out of the way just so my truck could inch and squeeze through into this job site. And I mean inch, literally inches. My tires were touching items as I went through, just tapping items, not hitting anything, just squeezing through there. So I get in, and I back in, and blah blah blah. It takes a while. Get in there, and I open the doors, and the first thing I do is I help unload the truck of its windows. Now, why would I do that? Why would I unload? That's not my job. Why would I help unload the truck? That's their light labor. That's not me. Well, the reason I helped unload the truck was because I knew that after the truck was going to be unloaded, that I was going to need their help again to get out of the job site. So I offer my help. I help unload the windows, and they're a little more accommodating with their help. So once the windows were unloaded, we got the windows unloaded. Okay, now sir, now that I helped you unload the windows, can you help me get out of here? Because just because I got in didn't mean that I was going to be able to get out. And in fact, while I was getting unloaded, they moved some of the junk back in the way, so it was impossible to get out. So I helped to unload. They helped me to get out. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because some of these Arcadia House job sites are physically impossible for trucks to get in. Physically impossible. This isn't a hard dock. This is an impossible situation. So, I wrote a message to Schneider. Dear Schneider, Friendly Bill coming at you. These loads from VPI Quality Windows going to Arcadia job sites could potentially cause equipment and property damage if not, blah blah blah. A driver may refuse to deliver because la la la. So I wrote this message and I sent it. My DBL sent back a message. Hey, thanks for the heads up. I'll pass it on. I don't know if I don't know if they'll, if any of that'll make a difference, but I did my part, and I got the load delivered. So, drivers, if something looks impossible, do not attempt to do it. If something looks impossible, it may be impossible. Do not attempt. A good driver, a great driver, isn't the driver that can park the truck in an impossible situation. A good and a great driver is a driver that recognizes that the situation is impossible and does not attempt said situation. So, that being said, I'm in Los Angeles. I know that was kind of not really rambling, but anyway, I love to talk to Schneider drivers. I love the comments. I like other drivers' videos. So if you see me on the road, Friendly Bill, I'm always willing to talk to Schneider drivers and other drivers if you're cool. And anyway, Friendly Bill, catch you on the flip side.